looking like a good semi-finals game. This team looks like they're going for the podium, going for third. So let's see who wins this one. Who you feeling like? What do you feel like is going to happen this game, man?
Um, I believe in an underdog story, and I really want to see the Jack Martins come from last place in the seeding to first place in the tournament.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty heartfelt there. So what are you expecting? Are you expecting any comfort picks or anything? Anything like that going on?
I'm expecting pure aggression from Jack Martins, and if it doesn't work out, they'll lose. Um, but
I'm
if
ready
it
for some
does
heat.
work out, they could definitely take it to the threats. The threats
Yeah,
could
yeah,
could lose to the Jack Martins. It's not entirely impossible.
yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Um,
ready for some heat. I'm ready for some intense fights, especially at the stage. That's always where the action is for me.
and on the threats, we have big household names. Smelly Frenchman is back from his French trip. Simply in the jungle. Tilly Middle. I don't even know. Shank Support and Chompy Carry. What do you
All
think
right.
about these players?
Well, a pretty star team. I'm looking to see how the most of the side lanes go at the moment.
I want to
Chompy
see how
roams top.
Roy. I want to see how Roy is after his trip. If he's going to
Exactly.
come back stronger or
I'm
uh,
thinking we're either going to see some devastation or some
some
tears for this one.
devastation. Devastation either way.
Yeah, yeah. Should be pretty exciting.
And
Okay, looks like we're looking at some team changes at the moment for the threats. All right, we've got KO support, Clout mid, and
oh,
Clax jungle taking over, so that should be all right. Good thing we get that out of the way. And a
um,
standard Jack Martin in his signature solo lane. Now we're in support too, so we should be rocking it.
I think
All right,
they have
KO
Clout.
support.
There's a bit of a big switch up on that team. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
shown, but I believe Clout is middle. KO support. Who's the other? Oh, YT Clax jungle, and the other two are the same,
Yeah,
but that
Martin.
graphics a
Yeah.
little bit outdated.
I think Cardi dipped. Yeah, I believe so. So that's been swapped out for
I
Clout.
believe,
But I
yeah.
still think that's actually not a bad team. I think that we can still see some magic
I'm
happen.
excited to see a Clout T middle because that is interesting to say the least. He's
Clout,
gonna
I
run
think
it. He will run it. That's all I know.
I think if he approaches this with as much confidence as he approaches his Erlang jungle games, I think we'll see some fun here.
Interested to see how KO will play as well. I haven't really seen too much from him this season. Um, so that'll be cool.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm ready to see some picks and bans. How about you? I'm ready to see
I'm
what they get
ready.
going here.
I
I'm
want to
ready
see
for the
what they're
cooking.
about. An instant Hebo ban from the threats. I don't like it personally. I don't really understand it. Um,
Honestly, I can't disagree with that. I feel like he's pretty counter pickable, but
yeah, I think
you know,
I feel like he's a second phase ban. Baba Yaga very, you know,
yeah, that's
standard.
pretty bare
Rama
bones.
also standard. Hera. These are just your standard bans, really. There's nothing different going on here. I don't know. I don't understand the Hebo ban. Maybe they're really scared of Clouty middle Hebo or YT Clax. I don't know if he's played it. I don't know too much about that player.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see where the teams go with this one because I feel like Jack Martin's got a pretty stacked team at the moment. But even then, the Hebo pick like pretty good, but like
He's a
not good
later pick,
into
I
it.
feel.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's versing Yamoja, so we'll see how this one
I
goes.
will leave
It should be
standing
pretty
no
interesting.
barrier to
A
our
Ganesh
success.
first pick.
That's pretty good. I think Ganesh is quite good at the moment. I think late game, whereas ult's on a low cooldown, he gets to spam a little bit, gets to be more in the face of people. I think that's not a bad pick.
I think
But
it's
a
pretty
first pick,
safe. A safe
yeah,
first pick. There's not too much you can do into it.
I like this hover. I'm really liking the
Honey, you
hover from
couldn't
Jack
handle
Martins, and
half
they
of
Freya.
lock
me.
it.
I
I
like the
like
Freya.
it's
My
aggression.
team big fan of the Freya. I think it's good
Oh,
into a lot of the junglers as well.
are you seeing this? This showed some heat last
That's just
time. That's a
this is
solo
just
lane right
every
there.
solo laner's favorite pick right now.
I think they're looking
Tainted
for this.
Steel, Chronos Pendant, and I forget the rest. All I
This
know
is
is it's
a
great for
yeah.
beacon fights, and we might see Jack Martin pulling out some numbers on that one.
This is gonna be
Jingwei,
fun.
good
Safe
into
pick.
Freya, good into Yorm. Pretty, yeah, very safe. Very, nothing's gonna happen to it. Top picking it. Mercury
Oh, that's an
is an
interesting one.
pretty sure Mercury just got nerfed as well.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it
no one was
did, but
picking it before, but it is a simply pick. It is simply probably his most known jungler.
Notorious Simply
Notorious,
Mercury.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, this is an interesting hover.
See, I don't even know where that Thana's going. That could be a Thana mid.
If this is a
Cloud T would
Thanamid,
do it.
if
I
this is
wouldn't
a
be surprised.
Thanamid, I'm impressed.
But it will
But
probably be going the way of YT Clax.
mm,
I
Klax
don't know how
is a
much
bit of a Thana. He's a bit of a Thana player, so I can see this being potentially a comfort pick.
Yeah, I was gonna. I don't really know the point of the Thana pick. There's nothing. I don't think it does awfully well into Jingwei. I don't think it does well into Merc at all, really, except early game. I guess they just want to stomp. I guess playing around Thana and Yorm.
I think maybe they're looking to kind of get that Freya into late game, kind of like get her to carry them and make sure she survives. Maybe that's what
Yeah,
they're looking to do.
need
Because
pressure.
the duo for the other team obviously is very free. Like I think they're just going to be getting in, getting out. That's level 5. That's it.
And Merlin
So
tier bands. Yeah, Luke does like his tier, or Tilly likes his Tiamat Merlin.
I think
Very
yeah,
safe
both.
mid lane picks. So
I can definitely agree with
not
that.
hating
Both
on
pretty
it.
safe bands here. I'm
Marty
kind of
Yamir.
curious. I'm curious about the solo pick for the threats at the moment. That's what I'm wondering they're going to bring out.
A Roy. What would Roy play? What would Roy play indeed? I do not know. Some sort of warrior, I would bet. What does
Yeah,
well into Yorm? Not a whole lot.
I'd be pretty interested if they pick something that was like more towards late game. Maybe that would be the goal here because you're not going to win lane against a Jormungandr ever.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of options. You either play it late or you try to stalemate, I guess, and sustain out. But
That is a pick.
that is a nice pick.
I like
I don't
that.
mind it. Fafnir's pretty good into Merc and Jingwei. But I don't know how good it is with Freya. I don't really know duo lane, but the disarm, the peel against those two is
I
Achilles.
see what this is for. Yeah, I think you do too.
Yeah, I think that is just kill Snake.
I think we're looking for maybe some early Mercury ganks into Achilles ult, just trying to keep
Yeah,
him from getting
kill him
big.
before because you can get the ult off before the big Snake ult. So
Mm.
yeah,
The new
Achilles a good
Warhover,
pick here.
the new Warhover is
Nuwa did
interesting.
get buffed. She has two
None
minions
in
now at level
heaven
1.
nor on earth
So
can stand
Maybe
before
it
me.
makes a
pretty
difference.
pretty good into that comp as well. I don't know. It's probably decent into Yorm. Thana is gonna have a shocking time into Nuwa.
Yeah,
Scything minions is just a horrible time. The 3 won't kill it. You'll just blow up. So, and that's a set being hovered currently.
I kind of like the set pick with the Fafnir.
I
I think
do
they go
like the
really
set.
well.
Face the crushing sands!
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
like the set.
I
But I
gotta
also
admit,
don't.
both team comps are kind of like I don't know. They're kind of like flavor. I like it.
I think if Jack Martins don't get ahead, they are losing. But if
Oh
they
yeah.
do, they can snowball very hard with a set Thana. They pretty much win every lane. So
Hmm.
I've lost my dream. But yeah.
There it is. There it is.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
what
I
do you feel
think
like's gonna happen? What do you think the way this is gonna go? At least early to mid.
I believe that the mid lane should be the target or mid or solo and they just run it and that's probably what you're gonna see. And if they don't, they're kind of throwing because that threats comp is very strong late game and they will just dominate the other team. I mean, Fafnir is nice and all, but it's kind of just a Freya, and I don't think it's too much. I think
Yeah.
Mercury knew. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. It's disgusting. What do
I'm
you
quite
think?
excited. I'm
What do
more
you-
looking to see the Tilly damage numbers. Maybe we get old bot game. That's what I'm looking for. But aside from that,
I'm
no,
looking to. I'm
I
gonna
think
see
that
some big numbers out of the new one.
I'm
I
over
want
it
to see
too.
if the minion change is worth or not, or worth picking her now because
I'm
she
kind of
hasn't been
interested to
seeing much
see.
play.
I'm interested to see her early game. That's what I really want to see. How much that mini really helps with those early fights at Wave.
Mm.
Either way, I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna go eat, but best of luck with the cast.
Awesome. Well, that was some really good in-game insight from Sean over here. A little bit closer in terms of view on a lot of these players. So That was really nice. All right, let's see what's going on here. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything too interesting from the starts here. And build-wise, yep, we're seeing that very much Tainted Steel Yorm coming out. So I'm really excited to see the Stitch fight here because I think that this could kind of go either way. But I'm definitely feeling like early game that Yorm really needs to bring value here. Yep, pull-wise, everything's going okay, no problems here. Now I'm very much wondering because I know in the solo lane we're probably going to see a little bit of Yorm action. But in the duo lane, I wonder if they're going to make it a little bit more neutral, or we're going to be seeing a bit of aggression here. Sorry for the stuttering. We are seeing in the mid lane, Mercury and Noir got a little bit quicker to their buff, but they finished at the same time. Duo lane wise, Chompy and Shank out first. Should be interesting. We are going to see Shank press up a little bit. Looks for the dash, gets it. Early beads grab, does not use it. Mid lane, we're seeing a little bit of pressure go towards Jack Martins, but Klax is looking low. This is pretty good here. It's feeling like a pretty safe early game at the moment. I'm really excited to see really how that Noir change goes, because I feel like we're going to see, you know, a little bit more points in the damage abilities. Maybe she burns a little bit more. We are going to see the right mids go towards threats. Yep, looks like they're not going to contest it, so pretty neutral there. Solo-wise, we're not seeing too much action at the moment, I don't think. Pretty even on both ends. Honestly, Frenchman putting up a really good fight against this Yormir. He's got him down a few more pots. We are seeing Simply rotate in. Is he going to be able to get the pick here? He is just going for the camp. That is fine. Good pressure there. Duo lane wise, we are seeing they've actually swapped positions for junglers basically, with the threats having Simply rotate for their camp, and then we're seeing Cloud come over for their shield camp. So pretty neutral there. Jumping from KO. Shank goes for the dash, just doesn't reach it though. Shank getting sundered here and put up in the air. Good Thana blink in. Does this look like a kill? Shank putting up a fight right now, trying to get out, just absolutely body blocked by those minions. Not much he can do there. Good gank from Klax, very good gank from Klax early game. We're seeing some value there. That is first blood on the board, going to Jack Martins. Freya getting the kill too, that's pretty big value there, I gotta say. Klax actually going for the invade on the back camps. We are gonna see him get away with that scot-free, that's all good. Again, Frenchman putting up a really good fight against the early game Yorm. I gotta say, he's definitely gone with it. Potions wise, they're both out, so I think we're just gonna see some backs here. Yep, barely gets off the back, so they're pretty safe for him. Jungler side, Klax being really aggressive at the moment, roaming around a little bit. So left mids again going the way of Jack Martins. We're seeing this early game kind of unfold kind of how you'd want it to go with their team comp. So they're definitely getting a little bit of a lead here, but nothing too substantial. So too interesting going on. Gold difference wise, not too big here. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty safe at the moment. About a 500 gold difference towards Jack Martins. XP wise, actually going towards the threats. So they're definitely keeping in, trying to keep in as much as they can. Jack Martins got the early back off, so he's looking a bit stronger at the moment. Got that 2-part. I think we're going to see Frenchman just hang out here, try and get the wave. Duo-wise, we are seeing a small level lead on Furin just because of that early kill he got, showing the value there. Okay, we're going to be pushing them off that camp. Not a bad play by him. He's actually getting a bit of damage off. Chompy looking a little bit low there. We are seeing solo side though. There's the Thana ult. Does Frenchman get out? Good ult. I think he just barely lived there, but he still goes down to the side. I think he barely ticked over just there, but a little bit unlucky with that one. New ult coming pretty hot there. So Tilly, first blood, first KS. Very nice. Oh, sorry, no, that wasn't Tilly. Apologies. We are still seeing in the mid lane though, Cloud does go in and does get a response from Tilly and Shank with the Ganesh ult coming out there.
Your evil strengthens our resolve.
Nothing too much going on now though. Gold lead though, about 1,000 gold almost. Furin gets the Voop off, but not too much there. Yeah, Chompy's pick I think is really going to help him here. Just because that Frey got that early kill, definitely going to be a little bit ahead. We are going to see a little bit of fight for the mids, but nothing too much there. Simply looking for the rotate, maybe looking for a little bit of an invade here. It is a little bit dangerous there. I think he's going to see them maybe back out here. He goes for the steal. I think he actually got a few of those. Not too much punishment happening there. Simply again securing that cooldown buff. And we're going to see on the opposite side of the map, Klax is looking for the invade here. Tilly on the camps. And he does steal it with the scythe. Very nice. We are seeing on the solo side though a double 3-man fight. Support solo jungle. I feel like this is going to be a good Ganesh ult. Really good Ganesh ult. Jack Martin looking very low from that one. Roy is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. He does stick it out. It looks like he's out here. Klax is going to follow. Jack Martin again looking pretty low. He dodges the cleave. Frenchman almost baiting for his team. Just too far away though. They do pick up a trade here, 1-for-1 at the moment. Sorry, two for one, sorry. Frenchman does go down for KO and Jack Martin. Really, really good Ganesh shot. I got to say earlier, that was very nice placement on Jack Martin. He does go in with the old Clout looking for the kills though. He is going to get punished a little bit for that one. Klax does finish off simply though. Clout just getting out potentially. Barely survives on a hair's bit of health there. Really good stun from Tilly. It looks like we're not going to be seeing too much more death here, but that was honestly a really good fight in my opinion by Jack Martins for the most part. Both teams putting up an excellent fight there. Otherwise, still that standard 1,000 gold lead. We are going to see Klax just get that blue buff. Oh, unfortunate by that one. Duo side, we're not seeing too much happening here. It's looking very neutral at the moment. That Jingwei pick definitely not wanting to pick too many fights with the Freya. We are going to see the gold difference wise again. Another about 1,000, 1,100 gold lead in Jack Martins. They're really going for that early game with that Fana pick here. Pardon? Sorry, I'm just... Okay, Shank and KO looking at the mids. They both placed wards there, no sentries. We're seeing really, really good ward coverage in the mid right now. One in the solo. Jack, Tilly, and Simply showing up for these mids. KO looking like he wants to go for a steal, just not getting it. All right, we're nearing Stitch time, everyone. 5 minutes out. This is going to be really exciting. Solo-wise, we are seeing Frenchman put up an absolute fight, bringing it to the Yorn pick here. I think if this gets late game, that Yorn pick might see a little bit less value, but I still think that they're both definitely going forward for it. Jack Martin going for a little bit of poke there. Yep, pretty fair trade here. We're seeing Ganesh rotate to the duo lane here. We might be looking for a pick here. Simply is going to look at Furin there. Oh, unfortunately, Simply does back up a little bit there, but Furin had his abilities up. I think that was going to be a little bit of damage, and we were probably going to see an ult and beads go out there. Simply is charging the ult on the ward for Cloud. Why isn't J5 talking? He is busy at the moment, so this will be a solo cast for the most part. In the duo lane, we are going to see Klax going back in for Frenchman. Really good ult by him, just enough to squeeze out there, and the new ult in response just really good. I gotta say, he's definitely doing really good considering the ganks he's just receiving on cooldown. Getting that Thana ult down, really important for keeping Tilly up, as that's the main way he will get taken out by him. Other than that, I think we're seeing a really safe mid game. And I think that's good for Tilly. He's going to get to late game, and that's going to be pretty strong for him. We are going to see an aggressive ward from Klax. He wants a little bit of vision in that jungle on the right side. Duo lane-wise, we are seeing Simply, looks like he's going to look for a pick here. No, it looks like they just have that little bit of vision. Just by their support walking around human ward, as he should be. Very nice. Fair with the legend, thank you. Midwise, KO looking for the hammer. He does jump in, misses the hammer. Really good response from Simply up here. Klax being punished for that one a little bit. Does get hit by the Shining Metal. Taken out by Simply. Simply does get removed by Cloud though. Really good Shining Metal again. We are seeing Shank going in a little bit here. And he makes it out. I think that's it for them. Oh, really good snipe by Cloud there. Excellent one right there. Cloud definitely bringing it with his pick right now. That is a signature pick if I've ever seen one with the way he's performing right now. Definitely a really solid Ganesh ult again from Shank, but just couldn't get out. Just not enough protections. seeing everyone go back to their neutral farm. Furin is going to scoop over just for these left mids here. Not too much of an issue here. He just is going to secure those pretty safely here. So gold-wise, we're still again seeing a little bit of a lead going towards Jack Martins, about 1.4k. So they're getting a little bit wide of a gap here. XP difference also sinking a little bit towards Jack Martins. We are seeing the Stidge spawn in 2 minutes. So we're getting ready for that one. Gold Fury is being pulled by Jack Martins right now. It looks like they're going uncontested. Not enough vision for this one. I think they're going to get this one pretty safe. Shank's looking like he's seeing the rotation, but his team is too spread out, and they do nab that Gold Fury. Really good pick for Jack Martins there. That is a lot of team value. Chompy is wanting to take this camp, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it. I think he got that. I think he actually nabbed that with his one. Really nice yoink there. Solo-wise, I don't think much is going on there, but we'll go have a look. Yep, just a little bit of neutral going on at the moment. Jack Martin with a small lead from those ganks, but I got to say, Frenchman putting up an excellent fight here. They're mostly even. I think Jackman has a small lead, but definitely not a bad effort. Overall, looking at builds here, nothing too interesting. We're seeing a bit of a cooldown rush on the Thunder, wanting to get that early game out. Set again, similar. Fafnir definitely looking for that objective push. He's got that Shogun, so this should be a pretty interesting push game. Anyone knows if these live? These aren't live, but we are watching these as they happen, if that makes sense. So like these are like everything that I'm watching is like a live react for you guys. We are going to see a little bit of a rotation from the support and the jungler, maybe looking for a little bit of a gank, but we know that the carry has backed actually, so Chompy is just going to wander over. Not too much going in the mid lane, pretty safe farming here. Whereas we are seeing a Solve Rush, and I actually quite like that pick from Shank here. Just trying to stop the dives from Clout and Klax at the moment, just seeing as they're both pretty big threats on the team. We are going to see that in just 10 seconds, the Stidge is going to spawn. I think this is going to be a really big fight here. Shank trying his best to keep everyone off the backline. We are going to see Fatty goes in, gets cleaved up a little bit. Tilly going to be run down. Really good ult by him. Simply manages to go through both of them. We're going to see an ult from the Fafnir as well. Really good Thanos ult, but looks like he gets punished for that one. Really nice. Really good rotation. Jack Martin managed to keep everyone off as they definitely take down that Thanatos pick there. It looks like we're going to see threats a little bit too low here to really contest this one. Chompy is going to press forward a little bit. It gets out. We are going to see the Stidge most likely go towards Jack Martins here. Not too much threats can do, but I think that was a really good fight for them. At least they got a pick out of it with no deaths. Yeah, really good team fights there. Clouty definitely coming in, playing a little bit of damage. I feel like he got away with murder there, just ulting into 2 people and barely nabbing out. Both teams go back to their neutral farm. Nothing too interesting going on here. We are going to see the Gold League go, again, a little bit more towards the way of Jack Martins. Not too different from before. 2.2k lead. We're going to see Simply rotate. Looks like he's going to, again, take this cooldown camp. Just really going to secure that. Maverick, hello, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again, man. Thank you for coming over from mine. I know a friendly face when I see one. All right. So other than that, though, we're not seeing too much going on at the moment. A little bit of ward coverage. I'm liking that. We definitely need to see that come out more, I believe, from threats. Jack Martin's definitely covering what they can and where they can. Look at all those little marks on the map. At the moment, though, level-wise, we're not seeing too big of a gap here. Maybe 1 to 2 gap between certain roles. In fact, the only role with a level difference right now, because of how close this game is solo side. It's only, I think, half level. So really good for everyone to keep in this game. I think if we see this game get to late game, we're probably going to see the threats pull up a little bit with that excellent pick of Ganesh, Jingwei, and Nuwa. Even actually the Mercury pick. So generally that team is really going to scale well. Cloudy looking for the pick on Tilly. Tilly does ult out of the Thana ult. Really nice Ganesh ult here. Klax being punished a little bit. Shank going to look for the support there. They are going to get the pick off on Simply there though. And the Frenchman gets body blocked by Keo. Really good job from that Fafnir. That was a really good Nuwa ult. That really did just save his bacon there. Jack Martin getting stunned in the tower by Shank. Really good plays by him. Frenchman is going to get some extra damage off here. Looking extra lethal right now. I don't think we're going to see a pick going off here, but Frenchman, Roy, definitely coming in and holding his own in this team fight right now. Again, really unfortunate. Simply goes down there in close quarters with both Clout, KO, and Jack Martin. Just too much damage for him right there. Chompy manages to juke the Voop a little bit. Gets a little bit of farm going. We are seeing a little bit of a level lead, it looks like, by the Jingwei. So we are seeing, at least on the duo side, where it's probably the most important for Elite to be developed, that he's a little bit ahead, I think. Just a smidge. We're seeing Clout's again just going to secure those lefts. That's kind of been the gist of this game. We've seen simply leaning more towards the solo side, and we're seeing Clax leaning more towards the duo side. So keeping that one up. We are seeing a fight for the gold for you. I don't think there's any vision for Jack Martins, but Shanks is looking for it. I think he's going to go for a steal with his ult potentially. They are ping spamming it. We're going to see the Ganesh ult come out. Jack Martins do manage to secure it though. We are going to see a Thanatos ult out as well. So there's at least a little bit of value there ability wise. Really, really good pulls from Jack Martin here. They know when they've got extra power, they're looking at the map, they get that ward coverage, they're just making sure they're getting relatively safe pulls. Unfortunately, simply just misses the ult. And Clouty does manage to get out with no repercussions, but they are going to get a refrag, it looks like, on the Pyro, or look for one. Clouty definitely looking to go in here. I think we're going to see an ult come out. And we do see Jack Martin rotating in. Big rotate. Threats do secure the Pyromancer, but we might see someone go down here. Tilly does get taken up. And we are going to see a massive fight here. Jack Martin's ulting in. Shell going out by Ganesh. Ganesh going for the silence, trying to keep up Tilly. I think that just saved Tilly right there. Clax definitely hitting up on Sean. Clouty goes in on him in his ult form. We are seeing all the ults coming out to play today. One pick, Shank down. Simply, almost got the back off there. Barely gets away from the scythe. Really good hit back though. Definitely nice. I think that was a crit right there. So we are seeing again these fights just barely leaning towards the direction of French. Frenchman going in for Cloud at the moment. Looks like he's gonna have to back up a little bit. Gets absolutely hammered by that scythe there. Oh, really good attempt there. Looks like he's gonna go down. Clax misses again. Frenchman's just living and he gets taken out by Clout's one. I mean, he gets finished off by the Thana, but that just chomped him. Oh, my audio is gone. Okay, we are going to see though, again, just those excellent rotations from Jack Martin, just crunching on people where they can, just abusing that lead that they get from their power spikes from their picks. Chompy going for those mids again, but he does see Furin coming. Barely gets out of the Voop. Very nice. Stitch is going to be spawning back in. It looks like we're going to see another fight for it, but Frenchman is down. Teleport is down. We are going to see this again. Simply up at the red buff. It looks like he's going for a steal here. Ult's out, barely sneaking out there. No problems. We are going to see his ult go down there, and there is again a pretty even difference in the jungle, but Furin, 17, pretty big and scary right now on that Freya pick. We are going to see them all grouping up for it. This is going to be a 5v5 for the Stygian. I'm seeing a lot of pressure here from Jack Martins right now. A little bit of poke off, still leaning towards Jack Martins, just too much damage. Really nice Ganesh shot there, kind of locking in Furin and everyone. We are going to see Jack Martins going in here. Cloud going in the backline as well. He does ult. Thanos does ult and get the pick off on Frenchman. Tilly gets an excellent stun off. Really good. And he Aegis's too. He is going to go down, but they are going to take out Cloud as a refrag for that one. Simply getting the kill on Cloud. Whoa, this is a really good team play. KO getting picked off by the tower barely. What a good Voop. Furin nailing it. Oh, unlucky. What a great team fight. Barely going towards the threats there. That was excellent. Jack Mods did secure the Stygian, but really, really, really good shining mail from Tilly. That stun was excellent. Double stun, hitting both of them with the full damage. Really nice plays there. I think he just gave them 3 kills at that. That was really good. They are going to look for the pick on Furin here. Simply is going in the tower line, first person. I think he's just going for the burn. They barely don't get it. Oh, not barely, but Furin putting up a really good defense just with the amount of pressure he puts out with that damage. I think if we see an engage there, it probably goes a little bit sideways just in the tower. So pretty good decision, pretty safe decision to back up there. Gold-wise, XP-wise, I think we're going to see Jack Martins a little bit ahead again, almost 3k. Claxy is going to go for the scythe. He does miss, and he's actually losing the trade to Shank. Just that base damage on the Ganesh one. He's going to go back in. He gets the knock up here. He gets the silence off. Really good follow-up from Chompy here. He's going to go for the pick. They are going to go in. We're going to see Cloud ulting till he dies. Shank running away. Excellent Voop. Looks like he is going to be going down. A really good Ganesh shot though. Trying to peel for himself. We're going to see Thana ult. He is going to chase for it. He is going to land, I believe. Clouty silencing. So Chompy gets... Shank getting a silence off to get the peel for Chompy a little bit there. Again, Jack Martin's just knowing when to pick, when to push. Really, really good plays by them. We are going to see Simply is going to be playing that Mercury late game. Going to be going for the split push. Gold Fury uncontested almost. Chompy is going to look for it, but I think he might get punished here a little bit for it. He does get caught out a little bit here. Aegis goes out. Really nice Ganesh silence. Get the dash up. I don't think we're going to see damage. Just misses the execute, unfortunately. Oh, the shell coming out. Clouty getting away with murder right now. KO with the excellent shell there. That was sick. That was a last second new ult shell save. Really, really nice. I can't believe he got out of that. That's... Oh, and Simply playing the Mercury long game. He's going for the long con, just getting those towers down, trying to give his team back a little bit of map pressure. They are going to look for the pyramids here. I don't think we're going to see this going too contested here. I think they're going to get this one pretty safe, which is, you know, important for them considering what's going on earlier. They do get the bomb and the Merc does pick it up. I think we're going to be seeing a little bit of La Bomba push. Ward coverage wise, not too much going at the moment. Gold difference wise, Jack Martins are pulling ahead more. About 3k. Let's see these levels afterwards. Yeah, a little bit 3k, exactly 3k. Level wise, a couple level difference in the jungle, but it's actually leaning towards the threats. So Simply definitely going for that late game push. We are going to see the Freya with a 1 level lead and the mids with a 1 level difference as well. So I think this is still a really close game. Both teams still in it despite the gold difference. 21 minutes, 3k, still very winnable in my opinion. Build wise, we're not seeing too much too interesting. The Mercury build, he did buy a 2-part crit and then decided to go, looks like, for I forget what it's called. When you ultimate, you get increased move speed. I forget what it's called, but really, really nice pick. I think it's really fun on Mercury. I'll think of it 5 minutes later, don't worry. We are seeing a little bit of defense actually coming out on Clout on the pick. I think that's really good for him. I think he needs that survivability. I think he's going to be doing a Spectral so he can go in even harder on their carry. Farm-wise, everyone's kind of just going about their regular paces. We're not seeing anything too interesting here. We are seeing a really small amount of ward coverage at the moment, but I don't think there's a lot of fights going. A little bit of a sentry ward, and we are going to see a KO stepping up a little bit too Tilly. There is a ward just behind them in front of the tower line. Really interesting ward there by Clax. We are going to see the Thana and the Yorm leaning more towards right side. They are going to look for a gank maybe. He's just de-warding fire. Clax definitely trying to keep it safe. We're almost seeing a split in the teams actually. Left side looks like it's definitely at the moment more dominated by threats, just positioning wise. Mercury again going for the La Bomba push. Carry does ult on the Fire Giant. Is he looking for a cheeky pick here because of the D-ward? It is. Alright, we're going to be seeing it. New ult for Vision. They are all going to start bleeding over. I don't think they burn this before they get there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We are seeing the Merc go for Clout. Does hit the one, but the shell goes off! No! Oh, we are going to see the Ganesh shot going off here. Threats take it! The Ganesh shot takes the Fire Giant. Frenchman gets the execute on K. Furin up in the air, but it looks like he is down next. Really good ult by Shank there. Furin goes down. Jack Martin, no ult. I think we're going to be seeing he go down as well. Really good silence again by Shank. And he's just getting chased down by Simply. I don't think there's much he can do. I don't think he's getting out here. Goes down on the ground, knocked up. Yep, that's it. Simply just up.
Killing spree.
Absolutely devastating with his damage. Getting a free pick there early on Cloud almost. Chompy does get out of that engagement. Just a little bit of an ult there. They do get that Stidge. I don't think we're going to be seeing much contesting here. Really, again, really good steal by Shank there. Putting his ult down, throwing a 1 out. Oh my gosh, the best feeling on a support right there. Actually just turned that fight for them as well. Had them all sitting in it. Alright, we are going to see the lead actually flip towards the threats in a single fight. 600 up. Oh, about 600, 570. Really good guess. XP wise, again, their whole team looking like they're going to hit 20 pretty soon. Really, really good team fights by them, guys. Only one pick for that fight. Actually, I think it was two. It was two. They are going to get a free primal here because of that reversal here. So we are going to see this lean more towards threats again. Just going to solidify that take back of the late game. I think we're going to be seeing on the Jack Martins, they just try and really get Furin in, giving him some space with the Clout, ulting in, doing really good damage as well. But I think the key to them winning is going to be chaperoning that Freya pick in. We are going to see Frenchman a little bit up there. You know, this is pretty safe at the moment. Clax missing the scythe and a half hit from Frenchman. What is that build? He has Glide Shield and not even a full Bluestone. We're going to be seeing Pyro again go to the threats though. Tilly keeping it up, no damage taken with those minions. Pretty strong pick. We are going to be seeing a lot of pressure being placed by threats now. The reversal. Frenchman is walking up by himself. The confidence there. I'd like to see his fight going on at the moment. Can we see what's going on in the... Thank you, sir. He does get picked off just between the four-man collapse there, though, unfortunately. Not too much he could have done there. I think he was just looking to give them some space there, but that is okay. We're going to be seeing the time does go down first for Jack Martin's side. Klax is going to ult in, simply going to respond in kind, looking for his own. Klax does ult out, it looks like. Simbi looks like he really wants the pick here. And we're going to be seeing in the right side, they are going to be pushing that Titan up with just the three of them. And they're pushing it back. They're doing it. Tilly playing super aggressive. Really good counter ward there, actually. Sean casting. In fact, no, it is me, Favored Red. Midwise, we are going to see Simply putting on pressure. They know he wants the tower and they don't want to give it. That Titan on the right is going to go down. Not too much they can do with the numbers difference. Clout just gets cleaned up by Simply there. I think we'll be seeing maybe a different story once he gets Spectral online. But for now, that's just how that goes for the moment. The Infused pick I quite like though. It did a lot of damage. Mercury does ult through three of them. Ganesh going to ult as well. We're going to be seeing a Beads come out there. Klax barely gets missed by that Shining Metal. Tilly, I think, not happy with that one. He blinks in again. The shell in response from Shank, and he doesn't have his scythe up, so he just autos. I think we might be seeing Klax getting a little bit aggressive here. The Shining Metal does chunk him a little bit. Frenchman getting a little bit of poke off here as well. Tilly is going to be walking up in the left. And he gets the one shot off on Klax in the mist. I don't think he thought he was in there. Oh no, that was a 800 plus damage burst. Not much you can do about that one. And they do secure the mid bird with no resistance. We are going to be seeing, looks like we might be seeing a death on him. Ult down, does not get the chance to get out. Jack Martin, no ult, silenced, stunned, executed. It looks like this game is starting to roll more and more and more towards the threats here. The lead is being split even further. Although it is late game, it doesn't matter as much. We are going to be seeing that late game from Chompy, Simply, Tilly, all just destroying. Solo class, this is wild, yeah. Sean on the desk though, so once we're done, he's going to give us an excellent evaluation of what he saw, probably from a different lens from me, which is what I'm looking for. Chompy just going to be pushing down left lane, kind of really the only option at the moment for most of their team. We might see them group. Ganesh is going to look for the reward on that Fire Giant just before that spawns in, and we are going to be seeing this as potentially an EFG fight if they draw it out long enough. And I'm willing to think whoever gets that EFG gets the win. We are going to be seeing they're starting to group up more towards Fireside, it looks like, at least for Jack Martins. Whereas Threats doesn't seem too worried about it, just getting their farm, just getting their extra gold, trying to finish up the builds. And we are going to be seeing the Bluestone done on Frenchman. I think we're going to be seeing him going up a little bit more in damage now because of that. So this should be pretty interesting to see what he can do. Erendite, by the way. It's been 7 minutes and I remembered the name of the item, so enjoy that. We're going to be seeing a little bit of wattage going up. Frenchman is going to be up there getting a little bit of poke off, and he doesn't take much in response. A blink in from KO, he hits the hammer, but CCR is Shank's friend. Clout looking for a bit of a dive in the left side there. I don't think we're going to be seeing too much happen there. Jack Martin just going for the spacing and the damage. KO is going to be stunned there, half hit. We are going to see dive in from Klax. Tilly does half hit Clout and then one shot Klax from 1/4 as well. Tilly's ult, devastating damage right there. That was insane. That was so quick to call. Clout goes in, Clout gets stunned, Clout dies. Simply does pick off KO. Not much he can do there. The speed difference is insane. Frenchman definitely looking to push Fury in there. Not much he can do in response. Already altered. Simply does take him out. Looks like Jack Munn is going to put up what little defensive he can. He doesn't get the ult off. Just burned down by the whole team. And the first game goes to the Threats with an overwhelming turn at the midpoint of the game after that fire giant steal from Shane. I've got to say, that was a really fun watch right there. Simply does go into the fountain for a little bit of BM. Gold difference shoots from a 3k lead to Jack Muns to a 9k from Threats. That is a 13k changeover. Really, really good first game there, in my opinion. Hopefully we can get Sean back on and we'll see what he feels about that. I think that Fire Giant steal from Shank with the Ganesh ult was a game winner right there, or a tide turner at least.
I'm here. I think it was already over, or not over, but it was already turning over before that point. I think once
When would you call
the
that?
I think once the boys started five-manning that middle tower for for Tilly, and they all died, is probably where there was like a beacon fight that they all ran him
Yeah,
down
yeah.
under this tower, and I think they killed him in the end. Maybe I don't even know if I don't
They
actually think
lost.
they killed
I
him.
think I know what you're talking about. I think they lost Beacon, got 2 picks, got Dove, and then responded by going for their tower.
They
Yeah,
lost four people. I know Furin was the only one to live after it, and
yeah,
it was rough watching that. I think the Thana got pretty far ahead, and then got a lot of kills, but didn't really do Thana things. Missed
yeah,
quite a lot of ults as well, which is
yeah. Missing the
unfortunate. It
Xe.
happens, It's just
Yeah,
this. You miss Sice, you play Thana, you run that risk, and it did not pay off after 10 minutes. The set was good though. I really like the set. The set did well.
yeah. I really do agree
Did a
with
lot.
that.
He was pretty much their team, I'd say. I like the sigil build, because his three gives him a lot of prot. So he is a tanky boy, but I think the Thana looked a bit awkward late game. I guess the Freya never really got to do a whole lot. They never made it to that point. But the rest of them, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them run almost the same comp back. I just don't. I don't really want to see that Thana again. It's not. It's just risky. It's very risky, and it did not work out for them that time. Also, that Fire Giant was very rough. They have no
Yeah,
secure. That is not a team that is
I think
securing. That's a dive team. That
that's
is
the
not a.
downside of the set pick. I
Yeah.
believe just no secure.
Well, it's Freya as well. They have no burn for it. I think some Freyas get a spear, Boomba spear, so
Yes,
that would
yeah,
have helped. But yeah, I think you just have to commit to the fight with that comp. You look for a pick, you whoop someone, all in them, execute them. They can't do anything about it, especially the tank. So that was probably the play for them. That, yeah, 50-50 just didn't work, and then it just kind of bowled out for them.
yeah. I've got to
Unfortunately, some
say,
misplays as well. But
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, the Thana pick there. I think keeping Frenchman in the game just by missing those few ults. Like
yeah,
a lot of the times he just barely gets out, and I think he should have been a lot further down.
I think Roy
I've got
kept
to agree
people
with
in the
you.
game as well by missing his ults too.
It's true, true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think that
was
was
a
a really
very
good
messy
game.
game. I think it was a good showing from Jack Martins. I think threats definitely didn't show up as well as they should have in
Yeah,
the
not until like
beginning.
about the 20
But
minute marker. Yeah, that was when
yeah,
they really just
yeah,
started
I think
pushing.
at the end they just kind of showed their experience.
Yeah, I've got to say, I definitely agree with that. I think that the insight you bring is really good. I definitely feel like what you said was mostly correct. Yeah, the set pick, I really like that. That did wonders for their team actually. Just diving early game, trying to get that new wire under, but I think late game probably wasn't the pick to dive it because she just does so much damage and
Yeah,
so
it's
safe with that old
almost
pick.
you almost need like I don't know, like he needs Spectral I guess to fight the Merc, but you also need like Aegis or something to tank that explosion. Like it wouldn't be too bad getting Mantle or Aegis just to tank the Noir explosion. It's just an awkward pick to go on. It's kind of sucky. If you had a
Hmm.
different jungler, I guess it would be because Thana doesn't go on Noir well either. If you had like a Susanoo or literally anyone, any jungler is probably better.
Yeah,
Um,
no,
I
I
think
get that.
it's really rough for a Thana without the snowball. But
Yeah,
it was a good attempt. I think they did well. I could definitely see them taking it in the next game. I just need to make a few adjustments.
yeah, I got to say that's yeah, spot on. I really do agree with pretty much everything there. I feel like the picks mostly were pretty sound. Just a few like didn't get quite to the peak of performance. Yeah, I think if you're in managed to get a little bit more, into the fights and be a little bit safer. But I think that's just a little bit difficult because we want to see that Fafnir go in a little bit, Jack Martin go in a little bit, so then he just gets spaced out and just taken out by
Yeah,
simply.
it's I don't know if it's the pick to go with them, because yeah, I don't know. You could whoop someone into a combo, but it's not. It's a bit awkward.
It's
I would
not a
have
team
liked.
fight turner, in my opinion. Yeah.
Nah, you probably want something else on top of it.
All right. Well, that was a really satisfying, honestly, first game. I think the threats definitely had a really good showing for most of that. So I'm excited to see how the next game goes. I think we're looking to move towards game two. Yeah.
I want to see the Martins turn it up because I know they can. I know that they've shown that they can. They just, yeah. We'll see what they do. I wonder if they'll run back the same picks or if they're gonna flip it completely.
Yeah, I'd be definitely happy to see maybe a different comfort pick from Clax, or even just like one based around like trying to get in. Just if Tilly repicks the Noir, that's what I'm interested to see. What's his response? You know,
Yeah, there's a couple different picks he could have gone, but it looks like we'll be taking a quick break in between.
all right. I'll see you guys for game two. Let's get this going.
What are they gonna do to get back in it?
I think I really liked most of their comp. I thought the pick from Cloud very brave, the set pick, and it worked. I'm just looking to see maybe a different carry pick and jungle pick just to really kind of go after Tilly's picks because he kind of had free reign there. I don't think he got punished just enough. Early game, Set was able to do what he wanted to do, but late game he just didn't have the burst to take him out without getting taken out himself. So.
Yeah, it was pretty tough for them to get on top of it, and then I guess there wasn't too much tank shred from the ADC. It's
No, the
kind of
Freya
hard with
pick,
the Freya.
yeah.
It's just difficult. It can be good, but yeah, jungle pick for sure. I would like to see switch up. The rest of it pretty nice. I don't know about the threats. I feel like their draft honestly wasn't even too crazy.
It just
They
felt
just got
safe.
away with it. Yeah.
It just felt like a safe. Like we got Ganesh, we got
I
Jing
don't even know
Wei.
if I rate the new art. I know I did a lot of damage, but you just press 4 and
Yeah,
they kind of ran into it a lot of the time, I think.
we got
I
away
don't
with
know.
it.
The
We'll
Mercury
see.
was eh.
I'm looking for like a Scylla pick or something, honestly, from the threats. I'm looking
Scylla.
for something funny,
No
something
way.
interesting. The pocket pick, the in the back pocket at all times pick from Tilly.
I want to see some sweat. I want to see them pull out the big guns. Like, maybe get an early Tio and Merlin. I don't know why they let it go through for so long, but we'll find out shortly. Very soon. Right now.
In
We
fact,
will
right now,
actually.
yeah, in the
Hebo
stream actually.
insta-banned again. I don't get it. I will never understand it.
Well,
But,
maybe it's a
you
comfort
know,
for Clo-
there's Fenrir in the game. There's Daji does pretty well too. You can have Nike, you can have Ymir, you can wall it in, you know. There's a lot of ways to deal with the Hebo.
We are seeing the
Wukong,
emoji ban and the
yeah,
barber ban.
Emoja
Yep.
is just I would insta ban
Yeah.
it every single time. I don't
God.
know why it doesn't have 100% ban against threats because it's all Shank plays. Rama, very boring to play against as well.
I guess they
This is
just
the
want to
same as
get
last
the
time, I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be seeing a repeat. I don't think we're gonna be seeing any like maybe a Yorn ban, but I don't think like I think Threats first banning Yorn would probably be better than Hebo just to get him out of their pool because he's really
Yeah, it's
helping them.
because Yorn makes it really easy to gank solo too because of the damage, the
Yeah, of
magical and
course,
physical switch up. It's very.
of course.
Probably should have. We did see Thana gank a bit, but you could definitely see it more. You could always see it more.
I'm
And they've actually
wondering
chosen to go second pick as well. So they want this second pick. They don't want to. I guess
the
they don't.
new they are
They're
banning it out.
scared.
They're scared. They don't
Fair.
want it.
It did kind of ruin them, and if they're looking to pick Set again, it probably isn't the best matchup.
No, especially not late game where she can just ult or one or shiny metal kill.
Get a stun, get his beads, and then ult up, buy some time, come back down.
Then Aegis, and then
Aegis,
maybe
yeah, have a support around her.
I will leave
And the
standing
insta
no
Ganesh pick
barrier
again.
to
Are we
our
watching the same game?
success.
I think we're
I
watching a
don't want to
repeat.
watch a repeat.
Redacted, please fix that. fix the game.
This can't be. I wonder what the Jack Martins would go for. Are they going to pick the Yorm again, or are they looking for something else?
I quite like the Ganesh's first pick from Threats, I guess, because maybe if Jack Martin takes it up, they get a little bit more space.
I
feel
think
like Ganesh is
it's
just
just
really
so
nice.
safe. There's not
Yeah.
you can't do too much into it.
Like, there's never a stage where his ult's bad, early, late, fucking doesn't matter. His
His
silence is
ult's
always good.
His 2 is just ridiculous. You can't wall him in. He just threes through it. So there's not
Mm.
not and he's decent pressure as well in lane. So
Yeah, you don't want to get
he
level
really
2
has it all.
dashed.
He has it all.
He does. He does. I'm wondering what carries we're going to see here. I want to kind of see something interesting this game because not going to lie, the landing phase for a Jingwei and a Freya is very yeah. I want to see
Yes.
some fighting. You know.
Yeah,
Maybe
you want
Marty-
some aggression. You want something to run it down.
Maybe a little bit of like a
The
Marty
set-
and her.
Base
It's
Marty
been
and her.
Hobbit, the set have been locked.
Set is
Again,
locked.
I don't know if you need it that early.
The light is.
Same with the Oleron. I do
Ooh.
not know if you
That's
need
a
both those.
that's a spicy pick.
I would have preferred to see a support or a solo pick. I feel like that's showing your hand a bit too much. But if they think it'll work, maybe it'll pop off.
And we're
I don't
seeing a
know. They've been
hover.
cooking something.
We're seeing a hover. I'm not too surprised about in response to the Oleron of the mana. So
Vamana can just slap. I don't know how good Vamana is these days, but it's always going to be good into Oleron.
not much he can do there with his ult. Yeah, maybe he burns
So
him.
is
I'm
Guan
not
Yu
sure.
though. I feel like Guan Yu might be better, but
Honestly, probably actually, yeah. The healing he provides, the actual presence to his whole team, probably better. All right, let's see what gets cooked here. Ooh,
I'll
yeah,
teach
that's
you
there's
to
no way that
yes,
doesn't get
one
picked.
of
That
that's
pick
what
is
I wanted to see.
that just destroys set and negates Oleron ult. I don't know. I'd say much worse than a Noir. Has the anti-heal, has the proc strength. So as soon as the set
He
goes on him, he just
steals the
spits on him.
orb. Oh no.
I think threat draft is so much better right
At
now.
the moment, there's nothing that Oleron can do. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna do anything? He's gonna get Yom altered, Mandy altered, Ganesh altered, and if he wants to be aggressive, it's hard to be aggressive in that comp. He'll have to ult.
I think you definitely could have left the Oleron through, and it
I
wouldn't
think
have
that's like
gotten
a.
banned.
I think that's like a fourth or a fifth pick even.
Yeah, because that's just gonna be a rough time. But you never know. Furin has pulled back bigger comebacks before. You know, against the odds, you should bet on Furin more than any other ADC. Because if someone's gonna pop off randomly, it's Furin.
Oh, well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. Maybe
Unless
it's
it's an all-around mid. You know,
That's what I was gonna say.
Not hold you back.
Atlas, let's go. That's what I wanted to see. Always a comfort for me. But I
You
don't think
love
Atlas
your
is very
Atlas.
good in
I think
Ganesh. I don't think Atlas is good into Ganesh though at all.
he's not good into Ganesh, but he's decent into Marty at least. The only
Cool.
thing that deals with Marty is just dive. Something to put him off to force his ult early. Then the set can get on top of him. You know,
Honestly, the Atlas
probably
pick on the Yorm isn't terrible. No pickup, but dropping ult and one on him makes it really hard for him to do much because it's a price shred.
we are seeing Jingwei, Kali banned, and then Thor, Rav. I think Rav is a good ban. I think Rav's really good into Marty. Same with Thor. They just take it
Yeah.
away. They're both good.
The
Just
goal would
strong
be
jungle
just to
picks.
get Marty's ult out, so banning Thor out's probably.
Will we
really
see a
good
Thana,
choice.
or will we see something else?
Oh Lord, we'll see.
Honestly,
I think that's a spicy team comp for Mines. I don't know if it's the best, but it's interesting, and I like that.
if anything, this is probably a better Thana game than last time. You wait out, you all around ult, you get in the.
Looks like they
I
should
like
weather
that.
the
That's
That's
so
a-
much. That
That's
should have
a
been in game
good
one.
pick.
That ult on top of the set dive or the Atlas, they have a lot of fighting, a lot of a dive, a lot of fighting. I wouldn't be surprised to see them dive a tier 1 again.
100%.
5
I really
members.
think I want to see the early game from Jack Martins in the mid.
Daji being hovered. Daji is pretty decent into Olaran, Set, Susano.
Safe.
Atlas
Very
can't
safe.
do anything into a Daji, just to it.
Yeah.
So
The
Cupid
Cupid
though,
pick that is interesting.
also pretty
You
good
will all be punished
with
for your
that, but more
insolence.
CC burn, you know. But
I
'cause
believe if they
don't
okay, they're swapping. Okay.
I didn't mind the Cupid. I thought the Cupid was alright.
I think the Cupid was better than the Cherno just because the Susanoo and the set kind of get locked down a little bit in the ult. Ooh.
And that's probably the best out of the 3. He does well.
Yeah.
I believe he does well into Olaran.
He does, yeah. His ult just like CC Moon walks out of it, doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then he just has pressure in general.
Just
Doesn't
jumps on him.
Olaran Atlas beat on her Ganesh?
Warriors
I
to battle.
think I would say in terms of poke, probably all on Atlas, just because Atlas drops a slow, all drops a 2. But we'll
And it
see.
has been locked. It's a good comp. It's pretty hard to go on her. So these double dives, Susano set or triple
Leave
dive,
no
quad
enemy
dive even.
unmatched.
That is
Do
a lot
not
of dive.
show
There's a
mercy.
lot
And they
of
do
dive.
not have Noir, but they do have Marty Sky. So I'm still putting my money on threats. Honestly, their draft is just. I feel like their draft is so much better. But
I think we're going to see really fun team fights from threats with this comp. Just a lot of responses to things happening.
they'll just buy a lot more time with their ult. Stargy gets up in the air. Yorm can disappear. They don't have an execute to insta kill him. So
Mid
Marty will be up
goes
in
up.
the air.
I
It's
think we're
gonna
gonna
be
be
rough.
seeing some rough all around ults is what I think we're gonna see. A lot of there's 4 people now there's none.
Yeah, they're all just gonna instantly go up. If they space out the ults, they could definitely do some fucking damage. But
Mm.
have to wait and see.
I
They
think we have to have high expectations for the jungle pick for the Susano. That's what I think is gonna need to pull through this game.
It's the same as last game. If the Martins can run away with it, they will get very far ahead.
I
But
do
it's
see
just
their objective burn being a bit better this game with the Atlas pick as long as the
Atlas
ult's used.
Oleron so
Yeah,
much better. Susano
yeah.
too. It's still a little bit awkward, but I think it's so much better than
Yeah,
last
the
game
Freya
for
pick,
sure.
that was it. It was just the Freya. You
Well,
know, he doesn't really benefit from Fafnir as much as other picks as well, so
I'm gonna
we'll see how we
retreat
go.
into the shadows and best of luck on the
All
card.
right, this should be fun. All right, now it's just red. Let's get to the game, guys. I'm really excited to see how this one goes. Hopefully, it's you know, kind of a similar in terms of closeness, because I feel like that early to mid game was just such an interesting game to watch. Hopefully, we see the Jetmans kind of take it away. A little underdog story, I would not mind. We are seeing a little bit of a jump party at the back camps. Very nice. All right. Let's have a look around, see if we're looking at anything too interesting. Yorm, same build. Look pretty standard Daishi build.
Minions have
Ganesh with the war flag. That is spicy. I haven't seen a war flag pick in quite some time. Clouty again with the sigil. I think we're going to be seeing another infused sigil game, which should be pretty fun. All right. Pretty standard picks going on at the moment. Timing wise, they're pretty lined up. I think we're going to see, yep, Jorm and Marty just a little bit quicker. And in the duo lane, pretty fair as well. Yeah, a little bit quicker on Jack Martin's side. I'm ready to see this duo fight. This is what I'm really thinking is going to be interesting because I'm not sure exactly who would just win this. I think it's mainly based on ACs. Shank is taking a bit of poke. He does get the dash up though. Chompy gets a little bit burned by Fury. Not too much going on there. Shank creating a lot of space right now though. Midwise, Klax does get hit by the combo from Marty. Shank is getting abused a little bit, getting hit by that Atlas auto. Furin, excellent poke, just laying it on them. Chompy is so low from that. We are going to be seeing in the mid. They are going to be back to fighting now. Let's see what's going on here. Simply is just going to be boxing with Klaxer. It's not going to be going well for the Jack Martins in the mid lane. They do have a bit more pressure and they are going to secure those right mid. Solo sidewise, super duper even. I think Jack Martin has a pretty good chance of nailing Frenchman here, honestly, just with the pick. So we'll see how that goes. He's going to go in there. Jack Mont is going to back up. They are going to be contesting for left mids, though. Tilly and Simply. And they already have hey, huge damage. Full combo off. Oh, and then we see it. Tilly gets barely picked off at Clack. Simply gets the refrag with the teleport. Really good damage there. Tilly might take the fight with that. Looks like he is going to win. Sorry, Simply. Oh, just barely takes him out. That is close. That was a close mid fight. I think it was really well played by both of them. Till hit a really large combo there, but then he just got focused by mid and just really unfortunate there. I think that we're really going to be seeing that set. Appreciate that lead though. We'll see how he goes diving in the mid lane. Duo wise, not too interesting. We are seeing the Atlas and the all-around pick pushing out just a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty neutral at the moment. 2-1, 2 minutes in. This is already a bit more of an active game. So 1-2, apologies. Alright, we are going to be seeing a right mid fight. Hickat is going to look for a steal here. He does, I think, get one. Simply going and getting a little bit of poke off, not too bad at the moment, got him down a half. Solo side-wise, we are seeing the Yorm does push back a little bit on Jack Martin. Frenchman is going to be putting on some heat. He is looking like he's going to get a little bit of a gank there. I don't know if he's going to be getting that blue buff. That's all I'm thinking. Jack Martin does see Frenchman. He's in a little bit of a peculiar spot. He does walk away though. I think we might be seeing a rotation both from Simply and the mid. Mandy coming over to contest that, but he does lose it unfortunately. He does get some pretty good damage on Jack Martin though, but he does just manage to sink away, and the mid and the jungle from threats are going to go back to their farm. All right, we're seeing duo-wise, not too much of a difference in XP or farm, so pretty easy peasy neutral here. I'm really hoping to see some fighting happening between Chompy and Furin after this gets them. They are going to get those right mids again. Mid is being a little bit more controlled despite the early deaths by the threats just from timing. And that shield camp does go towards Jack Martins. So if you're appreciating again, that's more bleed. Klax is going to bait a little bit in the mid lane. It looks like he's going to go for some poke. He does teleport in, gets a little bit of damage off. Not too much on Tilly though. Looks like a few autos did not connect. Duo-wise, both lanes are 5, both teams are 5, and I don't think, though, we're going to be seeing too much go off that. In fact, we do see a back from the Atlas. Not too much going on here, and then we also see Clout backing at the gold pit, looking like he was looking for rotation, but didn't see much of a chance. Looks like we're going to be seeing a rotation from Daiji simply coming in. Chompy does get a little bit of poke off on Fury, but that shield does eat up most of it. He is going to be going back to the mid lane now, however. Maybe we see a little bit of a fight going in here. Be pretty interested to see if anything really happens. Probably going to be seeing a contested fight for the mids. Hopefully there's a little bit going on there. We are going to be seeing KO, Clout, and Klax walk up to it. So it's just Tilly and Simply, mid and jungle, fighting versus the support as well on the enemy team. They do go a little bit for Klax here, getting some excellent poke off. He is now half. That is not bad at all. Simply is going to ult. Does pick up KO, and that's it. But we see a Ganesh ult. Excellent Ganesh ult. Shank does get the excellent ult off. That was taken out by Simply due to the Mandy. Not Mandy ult. I'm getting my words twisted right now. I'm sorry, that Ganesh ult was just premium. Clat does pick up the double kill though with the set ult. Insane damage there. Klax does finish off Shank though. Really, really nice fight from Jack Martins there. Really good Ganesh ult though from Shank in that one. I did not see that one coming in, but he placed it perfectly. Honestly, really, really good grouping there from Jack Martins though. Really nice response to the pick being laid out on Klax. Duo-wise, really neutral, nothing really interesting happening here. Same with solo side. Let's check the gold difference here. It's not too far off. Looks about to be about, you know, 600 gold. XP-wise, a little bit of a difference, but not enough to write home about. So we are still seeing a really good neutral game. So we're looking pretty close now, despite the kill difference, 2 to 5. That is going to be going to his back, so we might be seeing him rotate solo side, but doesn't look like it at the moment. Shank looking like he's just going to be prepared, getting those mids again. So despite the death earlier, they still are kind of controlling that. We're only seeing Chompy and Furin fight a little bit. He does get over the one. Now Chompy has to back up. It looks like he's checking it for again, because there is no vision on Klax as he's currently doing speed. Solo-wise, we are seeing a little bit of a fight going on. Looks like they're just exchanging waves. Yep. And looks like they might be jump partying, just walking past each other. Really chill. Yeah, not too much going on here. I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of an interesting solo lane once Roy finishes his first item. Mid-wise, we are seeing Mandy looking like he's going to go pick a bit of a fight. Frenchman does manage to ult out in the gank from Klax, even though he does get poked out quite a little bit there. Pretty safe pick by him again, just ulting out whenever he needs to, so we're not going to be seeing too much of an active play there. Simply teleporting in, getting a little bit of poke on Clout, but not anything to write home about. We are seeing a bit of a rotation here, coming from both KO... Yep, in the mid lane, KO, Clout, and Klax. Look, potentially the pick. I don't think Shank's the pick there. Really, really good initial again, but the Susanoo does sweep in and do its bit of damage. Shank absolutely just holding Klax back with that silence, though. Not allowed to dash, he said. We are seeing Furin does get a little bit of a lead now, securing a couple of those shield camps in the duo lane. So hopefully we do see a little bit of action because of the lead he's got. Maybe an aggressive all-around ult. Solo side-wise, we are seeing Frenchman picking a fight with Jack Martin. He does dash under, and we are seeing Klax taking some back camps there. A little bit greedy, but he gets away with it. Looks like he's going to get some pick off of Tilly. Damage, not pick. He does take him down to half. We don't see a teleport, though, because he used it a little bit earlier. Mandy, he does Mandy ult in response. I think he thought he was going to get a little bit dove there, but I'd say it's a pretty safe ult. But they do manage to get Mandy ult down there. Maybe we see a little bit of gank layer. They are fighting again in mid. Looks like Shank got a little bit of a dash off. Klax taken down a bit, but again, pretty neutral at the moment. Gold wise, we are seeing the lead is still about 600. Nothing too interesting here. Build wise, everyone's pretty much in line with previous games. I am interested to see what the Ganesh is building. If that is a what's the item called? Sorry, which the one that when you get slowed, you get increased movement speed. How professional it would be. I'm so sorry. I'm definitely not a support player. That's a lie. We're going to be seeing that. I'm going to be looking for a gold pool here. Really safe with Fury picking on the Oleron. So I think we are going to be seeing a really uncontested gold Fury here. It looks like they don't even know about it. No wards out. They are going to let it go. Shank is going to walk up a bit here. But
Your team has
too
destroyed the
late.
Gold Fury.
Really, really good pool. Jackman's really showing their awareness of those really easy early pools, making sure they know where pretty much everyone is, it feels like. The ward coverage, I think, for them is really just superb. You know, coming out, help them really get these pools. We're going to be seeing the mids again going to threats. They really are controlling those right mids like their life depends on it. And I think that's really helping them to establish a bit of a, you know, keeping in the game, keeping even. So good plays by them. We are seeing the gold difference though skyrocket from that gold Fury pool. Again, really nice plays by them. 1.2k. XP wise, couple leads here and there in difference, but nothing like too much to write home about. So still a pretty neutral game. We're nearing the 10-minute mark, which means we're nearing the stage mark. That's what we're looking for. Looking for a really heated Stygian fight. We are seeing, again, pretty neutral trades, but a potential gank in the soul lane. Jack Martin and Clax looking for the Frenchman. He does get away, though. We are going to be seeing in the right lane as well, simply. So just in case there's a fight, I think we might see a rotation. He is going to back, though. Frenchman on his own, but it looks like he's not in any danger. Build-wise, we are going to be seeing Glads come out on Jack, and I think he really needs that, considering the ganks, not Jack, Frenchman, so I think he needs that, considering the double fizz, so that should make him a bit more of a menace. We are seeing on the duo side, Shank and Chompy. I think Shank may be getting a little bit of farm, or just trying to pull him over just to do some other stuff. Midwise, they are going to be diving Tilly there, but he looks pretty safe there. He does beads out, doesn't ult, keeps it to himself. Clax does beat the ult on Daiji, really nice. Looking like a pretty even trade. No one really dies here. No one really loses anything. But a bit of a gank happening right now from the duo lane. Coming in on the mid. Not too much damage there. We are seeing an Atlas ult. Really well placed Atlas ult. Everyone is now burned for 50% of their prots. So not a bad ult at all. Definitely have to disengage off that one unless you're looking to take a down fight. Jack Martin definitely getting poked out though by the Yuan pick. He is showing just how powerful he is in the solo lane. We are seeing Clax going for a bit of farm invade till he does get a little bit of damage off onto him, but can't really go in there and contest his buffs. Simply is coming in from behind. He does follow up on Clax, but has to beads the Atlas pool or else he gets taken out, I believe. He did in fact beat, right? That is going to be running in with his set ult. Simply is going to be getting out with the teleport onto Tilly. Shank kind of running it on his own right now. Frenchman coming in with the huge 2 there. Looks like we're going to be seeing Clout go down here potentially. He does get knocked up. He does get silenced. There's not much he can do here. Tilly does get the pick on KO. Clout does barely sneak out. Shank held that on him like his life depended on it, but just was not enough. Really good pick on KO there. Just a little bit too pushed up, trying to get that Atlas pull earlier on. Clax does take out Shank though with the cheeky teleport and ult. Not bad at all. Really fair trades here. Not seeing too much going either way. Really exciting getting to me. We are going to be seeing that first stitch though does in fact go to Furin. To Furin. I'm sorry. I read a name and said it out loud. Anyways, first stitch does go to the Jack Martins because of that fight. They really did play that really well there. I think that poking out, you know, the mid and the jungle really early on gave them a little bit more room to work with there. So they're doing again really well with these early positionings, these early picks. You know, and I think Clax is definitely showing up a lot more to this game than the previous game. So hopefully, you know, we see a little bit more come out of that. All right, gold difference wise, again, still leaning a little bit more towards the Jack Martins 2.5k at 12 minutes. That is a little bit more of a stellar lead than last time. So we'll see if they can hold on to it this time. It's really good for them. XP wise as well, we're seeing a couple levels here and there. One in the solo, one in the jungle, one in the mid, one in the support, and one in the carry. So one lead across the board on Jack Martin's side. Maybe they can push that and go for a potentially another objective or some picks. Jack Martin is in a bit of a grease spot there, but I like what he's thinking. He does take relatively low poke for that. Does get knocked up though in the full Daiji 2 and taking a little bit of damage in response. Clax is Calm down. He's definitely putting in work this game, I believe. We are seeing them go for the gold period pool. They do feel a bit confident now. We are seeing the Jorm in the backline though, but he is a bit spotted. Looks like he might have to ult out soon in response to this one. He does get away half health, not too damaged. He does ult a bit too late there though. We are seeing all on ult. Every ult go out there just then. I'm sorry, that was really messy. The quality went down for me, but we did see basically every ult go out there, but the positioning of that solo and a Roy just a little bit too far out, getting picked off for it, and then everyone else trying to like toppling behind him is what we saw there. I think we saw a really nice ult from Daiji there, but just a few too many actors on the enemy team alongside ults just made it too hard to work with. Really, really good plays from Jack Barnes. They're definitely going on Yorm there early. To get him out of the fight was important there, seeing as he seems to be the main heal for threats right now, holding them up. I think that was actually a really nice team fight, honestly, by them. No picks, no deaths on Jack Barnes. Really one-sided fight there. We're now seeing about a 5k lead being developed by that. Hopefully they push this further, maybe get some more objectives, get some more camps, start to invade. I'm looking to see how this one goes now. I think as we get later in the game, we'll probably see the threats come more online just with their picks. But I'm really excited to see, you know, how this game goes out. Hopefully we see a really, really early pull on that Fire Giant and maybe some aggression coming out. Jack Barnes trying to push that team comp further. XP per minute, we are seeing Oleron coming out. That's exactly what you want to see. Furin definitely trying to get what he can where he can. I think he was really important that previous fight. Really, really nice Oleron just along the green camp corridor, keeping everyone locked in. We're going to be seeing a little bit of a standoff around Pyro, but nothing too serious at the moment. A little bit more people lean towards right side. They're definitely aware of that presence of Pyromancer Fire Giant. No one's looking to give an inch right now. Jack Barnes laying on the hurt on Frenchman. Not much he can do here at the moment. We're going to be seeing a little bit of an unfortunate ult on simply with the Daiji. It looks like he missed all three and Clout walks away. No beads used. He did in fact miss them. That is really unfortunate. Shank a little bit out of position. Not punished for it though. He does dash away. That Pyromancer is looking free as pie for the Jack Barnes here. Looks like they're going to be taking advantage of this lead like they should be. We might see a steal though from Roy. He does walk away though. We do see secure with the Susana wall. He does make it out. Looks like Shank just trying to give that little bit of peel for their solo laner. Chompy a little bit hole in the wave. Not a bad decision here, I don't think. Yeah, it looks like we are going to be seeing them all pushing up, taking use of those towers that are down in both the mid and the door lane, giving them a lot more room to work with, as you can see by that Oleron and Susanoo are just wandering around. Solo sidewise, not much going on here, but in the middle, we are seeing a bit of a team fight develop here. We are seeing Tilly go up on the mid chorus. Daiji ult goes off, Oleron ult goes off. Just absolute destruction from the Jack Barnes. Too much of a lead to push, too much damage being thrown out there. I think we're seeing Furin definitely put up numbers right now, and I think he's doing a really good job of just keeping pressure on. Chompy does get the pick off of Plax there, but in response, Clout manages to nab him with KO's help. Again, these team fights just a little bit too split, it looks like right now from the threats. Just, you know, 3v4s, 3v5s, just not going their way at the moment. 3v4s that was, but I really think that they're doing a great job keeping this up. Frenchman looking for a little bit of clear on that wave. I don't think they're going to be contesting much right now at the moment, just with the gold difference sitting at 5.3k. Build-wise, nothing too interesting. We did see a little bit of an anti-heal rush from Clax there. I quite like that, just trying to cut down on everyone a little bit there. And a Ferocious Executioner has been built on Chompy, and I think that's good. He's going to be pretty much currently the lead to getting them back in the game, I feel like. We are going to be seeing the stage go to the threats. Really, really good Ganesh shot, catching Clout out of position. He's getting lasered down by Tilly. Susanoo does come out, but simply manages Daiji ult above it. Does he get a pull? He does in fact pull Jack Barnes. Jack Barnes getting punished for it. We see Chompy get the pick off, and Yorm barely lives. Ult's in, ult's out, it looks like, for this one. He does go back. Really, really nice. Great team fight from the Freds there. Just off that Shank call, instantly picking off on the pick for Cloud. We are seeing an all-around come here, a little bit aggressive, probably not the best. Pull goes off on Chompy. Chompy does beats away. All-around down for 130 seconds. I'd say the beads is value, but I don't know about that ult trade. Overall, we see the gold lead start to go back up from a 5.5 to a 3.2. Really nice recovery from threats there, securing that stage somehow. Kind of left to get it, honestly. We're going to be seeing not too much going on at the moment now. Looks like the teams are more rotating towards left side for the gold, looking for that fight. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of pressure put on again by the Jackmans, trying to really push them out, maybe get a pick, maybe go for gold. I think we might see another pull here if they get the chance. But threats responding in kind, de-warding and standing guard. We are seeing from the Susano where it looks like a dirty bubble coming out. I think that's not a bad pick at all for him. And a little bit of an interesting pick as well from Clout. I think that is a Caduceus staff, but I can't quite tell. Ooh, okay, Scepter. I think this is a pretty decent pick for him. I'm really interested to see how this works out for him. We are seeing a little bit of a different all-around build, I believe, as well. That's nice. And again, they are just floating around the gold for you. Hopefully, we see this one go a little bit differently from last time. We are seeing Carry being absolutely demolished. Daishi ult does go up. Yormort goes up. Susano ult goes up. Mandy ult up. Ganesh ult up. We are seeing on the back with the threats trying to get away. Really good peel from that Yormort. Tilly does get the pick, but Clax replies with simply. You see the ult come out from Oleron. A little bit of a poor position, but Yorm, not much you can do. No ult. Really good damage from Tilly onto Clax. Trying to escape. Really nice impale. Good peel. Shank does get taken out by Fury with the burst, though. Tilly looking like he's just trying to escape, and he just wheezes out. Really good team fights across the board there, but Jackman's just pressing their foot on the gas. Really, really good aggression there, I feel like. I've got to say that Susano hitting 3 people at once definitely helped their team a little bit damage-wise, and they are going to take this Pyromancer with little to no contest. Furin just absolutely demolishing it with his pick. Definitely a bit better at clearing than the previous. We're going to be seeing them all back. Bomb does go to Jack Munt. We might see a little bit of La Bomba. Maybe he goes for a little bit of mid-tower. We'll find out. Build-wise, it was a Relic Dagger on the Ganesh. I quite like that. He does have upgraded Sunder though. Hopefully we see a bit of value there. Maybe a little bit of burn on the Atlas pick early in the team fights. Aside from that, we are seeing Clax does drop a ward on the Gold Fury, it looks like. Shank looking to drop his own. A lot of Sentry Wards coming out this game to play. Clax is going to walk up and clear that one up. Mid lane wise, we are seeing the jungler and the mid both trying to rotate into gold area. Furin pushing up a little bit in gold pit, but relatively safe at the moment. We are seeing a solo side rotation though. Jack Martin's a little bit behind, but in a position to come and maybe wreak a little bit of havoc. Clarty running it down as well, coming straight over. Clax doesn't get touched there. They are contesting for the Oracles. They do secure the looks like the threats get giving them that little bit of vision they don't have to worry about warding for. Not a bad idea at all. Simply a little bit out of position. Doesn't get punished for it though, because you can't pull him when he's in his 2. The little Jorm, the little Manticorus Invis pits definitely coming in a little bit handy there. Where we see the Daichi diving Clout in the backline, but in a response, we're seeing Nike ult, Susano ult, every ult come out, just absolutely diving the threat's backline. They do manage to get a pick off on Chompy there. Really, really nice Ganesh ult, just absolutely trying to get Tilly out in that situation. Does get a little bit of poke off, Simply is still in the backline. He just gets taken out by Clax, teleport on, and dies. We're seeing the Jormort come out a little bit later in the fight. I think more of it as a survival tactic, just doesn't go down. And I think we're going to be seeing the Gold Fury again go the way of the Jack Martins. Just a little bit too split off there with Simply diving the backline, and then the rest of the Jack Martins responding with the threats. Just absolutely going in. I don't see too much Chompy can do there, just unfortunately. Stygian Beacon does come up. We are going to see Gold Fury go the way of Jack Martins, and it looks like they also want this Styg. I don't see how much we're going to do here. We do see they have to back up here, and it does go the way of the Jackmans, but no kills in response. Clax almost got taken out by Frenchman. They do walk back in though. Furin is looking a little bit killable right now. He does walk away. Potentially reversal, but KO and Cloud walking towards it. I think we're not going to be seeing Jack Martin get knocked off that anytime soon, so maybe we see an extra fight here. Furin looking a bit low. Chompy does go in there. There goes the Nike ult, pushing them out of it. Ganesh ult in response. Jack Martin almost dies there. Not Jack Martin, I'm so sorry. Frenchman. Black does get the pick off in Tilly. Excellent ults by them. Daishi ult goes off. Jormol goes off. Just again, pressing the foot down. Clax with the double kill. Really showing his colors this game. Much stronger off. Jack Martin's just picking off Frenchman. No ult on Yorm is no life on Yorm. Really good pushing by Jack Martin's and baiting. Honestly, just really nice baiting from Jack Martin there. Just constantly W king at that stage to keep him on it. Are we going to be seeing a Shanks hold for the bird? I don't believe so, but I am excited to watch it. 7k gold difference develop between the teams now. Good silence here. He's definitely baiting him just a little bit. Does he get away with no mana? No, he does not. I think we might see this get grabbed potentially if Jack Martin walks in for some tanking. They are waiting for the wave. Pretty safe. So I think we are going to be seeing potentially a mid-bird go down. Chompy has the chance, maybe, to get this in response. Bomb does go down, gets it nice and low. Clax does get taken out just in time. Jack Martin not able to finish that off. Got shredded by the ult. Pushed into the wall. Not much he can do here. Chompy gets the finishing kill, finishing blow on Jack Martin. Really good defense there. Taking out that Susano as soon as he could. Not much that their solo can do to finish that off. And Stitch is still alive. I had no idea it was left after that entire time. It looks like we're going to be seeing a solo and a support stay down. Pretty interesting gameplay. Very nice. We are seeing player damage wise, Tilly is coming alive with that pick right now. Absolutely demolishing as he should be. A little bit of a sunder for BM there. I quite like that. Again, with just the sitting on the stage, I wonder what we're going to see if anyone pushes up for it. But it looks like Neutral Farm is the name of the game for the threats right now. Looks like they're looking to bait for another fight potentially on the Stygian. They are grouping up for it. Tilly is looking for a solo kill on the Pyromancer. We'll see what happens in the meantime. Not too much damage available from Jack Martins right now. Beats from Chompy for the pull. KO does get taken out. Really good autos from Chompy there. And we're just seeing, again, Frenchie just sitting on that stage. He does go down though, gets taken out though. Just a little bit late in ult. Susano does pull, does ult. Chompy barely lives. Does he get away here? No, gets barely cleaned up though. No ult up, no jump up, unfortunately. Tilly does ult in response to this dive that's currently happening. Lands almost every shot on Cloud. Oh, really good Mandy ult there. And they do secure the stage for Jack Martins. I believe that is 2 stage to 1. 1 for the threats, 2 for the Martins. So we are again seeing a 2-for-2 trade here. Definitely really good early pick on KO there. Just the dive afterwards onto Chompy. Not much he can do there with the Susano just ulting and just running at him. We're going to be seeing Simply does drop a ward on the Fire Giant just in case there's a little bit of a greedy pull. Looks like he's going to nail this Sentry ward just before he dips. And he does take that one out, and I think we're going to be seeing Clax reward that pretty soon. Itemization wise, we are seeing really nice builds across the board. A little bit of crit coming out from Tilly. I really like the pick of Fail not here. 2-0. Oh, I don't see that happening just yet. I think this is a really nice game for the Jack Martins. They're actually definitely, you know, pulling up a lot more than they were, even though they've had some trouble with recent fights. I think they're definitely doing a really stellar job right now. And we are seeing a last item all-around pick for Dirty Bubble. I quite like that. Trying to keep himself alive, keeping it out of the Daigeo, I believe. We are seeing, here it starts. The Fire Giant fight, 27 minutes in, almost EFG. Whoever wins this might be able to steal the game away. Frenchman does go and just gets picked off though as he's trying to dash in though. In the backline, Simply, Shank does dive in. We're going to be seeing an ult from Jack Martin. Ganesh ult, really good position there. They are going to be diving Chompy as hard as they can. Are they going to get a pick on Tilly here though? Tilly definitely just pressuring out Clax there. He does teleport away. That Tilly does have to beads that pull there. Simply gets the pick on Clax in the backline. Shank barely surviving right now. Gets taken out. Furin gets the last hit there. I don't think we're seeing a fire pull potentially, but really nice fight. They are going to go for it here. Let's see if we get a speedy response from the threats here. I'm looking to see a really nice fight here. Martin online. Definitely. Jack Martin definitely really well, like trying to keep them out, but doesn't realize they're going for a top side. They do have to drop it, not enough damage and not enough secure compared to what they're going to get. Cloud does go out to dive Tilly, but can't find him. He's walked too far away. Simply in the backline, trying to take out KO. Definitely laying on the hurt. Looks like we're going to have a... Yep, does get the beads off from Simply. Simply looking like he wants to secure that kill really badly. Just can't, though. Carry managing to get the last hit with the Astrolabe. Really, really good support from his team. Just diving simply there for that one. But no Fire Giant taken down. It looks like the next fire will be an EFG call. Chompy is going to take down that Titan just to make sure that they don't get much dive here. I'd say that's the correct move. Fighting for fire there over losing a bird. Probably not worth it here. Again, really, really solid responses from Jack Mines here. And I like where the threats are trying to go with this. Trying to aggress, trying to get them off the objectives and get some picks on it. Simply almost got KO. Just really nice responses from his team there. They are going to be looking for towards a gold view. I feel like this is a lot safer of a pick. I don't think we're going to be seeing too much of a response here. Clout, again, really aggressive, looking for someone he can dive, because I'm pretty sure he's got the confidence of the Greek gods right now, knowing he can pick most fights. KO and Furin, again, just going to chip away at that gold Fury. We're not going to be seeing an Atlas ult or anything, just a pretty free grab there. Not much of a contest. On the right side, we are seeing Klax and Shank wandering around to the gold area. I think they're just going to try and push him out there, potentially get some damage off, but no real picks happening right now. We are going to be seeing them start to group up around the fire again, but it looks like they're going to be seeing a potential pyro pull here. Oleron has backed, so maybe it gives them a chance to get some extra damage off. Frenchie is hitting late game a little bit more vulnerable than he once was. I think the main use we're going to be seeing him is the disruptiveness of his ults. Jack Martin's just putting up too much pressure. KO looking for the pull, and they do secure that fire. Again, we're seeing roughly probably a 6.6k lead here. Really nice push by Jack Martins, really trying to put foot down a little bit more than last game, pressing the lead they've got. Shank definitely trying to keep an eye on that Fire Giant. It looks like he does get poked just a little bit. He's in a bit of a position right now. He does de-ward. They have no vision on the rest of the team. Shank does stop the grab. Gets grabbed anyways. This is looking like a pick all on ult. Susanoo ult. Shank just demolished. Shell comes out, Clout ults in, Atlas ult, Furin burning up the backline, Tilly trying to survive, Tilly gets a pick off on Clout as they dive him, really nice S-key from him while he goes in. Looks like he's not going to be able to get the pick there. Daiji on the ult, does get the double grab. We are going to be seeing potentially a beat here. Dirty bubble coming in handy for Furin, and Jack Martin just pressing on Tilly. Not much he can do there with that anti-auto cone. Really, again, great picks by Jack Martin, that all or not, just to burn down their support. Really a foundation for the threats at the moment. Gold lead does dip back down, 7.5. We are seeing everyone getting their starter arms online. I think we're going to be seeing a real power spike in this back from the Jack Martins again. Potentially even more pressure being put out. Or not starter item-wise, sorry, last item-wise. Simply just going to get what he can here. I think that they're going to start grouping for fire again for Jack Martins and potentially looking for another pick. Shank really trying to keep his team in the know with these wards right now. Good value, but unfortunately sometimes results in a bit of a death. Tilly definitely is holding his own really well right now. I do agree with that. Trying to keep two people from once. I think if he was a bit more healthy, he might have been able to pick off Jack Martin there, but who knows. We'll find out here what's going to happen. It looks like we are going to be positioning again for a bit of a fire pull. It is EFG, so this might be game. Jack Martin just getting a little bit of poke off with that bluestone, just trying to be annoying. Look how much damage that put on Shank. They are going to be pulling for it, and there's not much that the threats can do at the moment. They're not grouped up enough. They are going to get a little bit of poke off on Klax. Fire Giant is falling below half health. Shank trying to walk in. Frenchman also trying to walk in. Really nice Ganesh shot out here. We see Susanoo teleport in the back line. Tilly with the ult off. Almost killing Klax. Does get the pick off on Clout though. We are seeing an Atlas ult. Nice and quick. Really misplaced all around ult though. Simply does get the teleport on the Furin and the last hit. Doesn't look like there's much that, nothing that he can do here. Jack Martin just gets taken down. Really split fight there. Really good picks from threats. They definitely took advantage of that one as soon as someone went off Fire Giant and the rest on it. Just destroyed the picks there. Furin, not much he can do there. Looks like they're going to be burning down this fire. Not much they can do right now. Just Klax running it back, but he's not going to be able to make it in time. The fire does fall down EFG to the threats. Gold lead from 7.5 to 2.9. Basically, gold is irrelevant at this point in the game, but it's a good way to judge just how the game's ticking. We are seeing most of last items being built now, and I really do think that Tilly is going to become a prime threat with the amount of damage he just places up. we're going to be seeing them look for an Oni Fury. That would be really nice pressure given back to the Jackmines if they manage to pull that back. But in response, Threats already walking over. Would be a rough fight to take a fight against EFG Threats right now, I believe. They do pull the Oni Fury, not much of a response is available. They might be able to burn it in time, but it looks like Cloud's just wandering. Yep, they're definitely giving that away. Threats do secure the Oni Fury. Good decision by Jack Martins, in my opinion. Someone dying right now might result in a bird. Free. Can I see the damage numbers right now? I'm really curious about what Tilly is putting up with that pick right now. 3.8 thousand in a 33-minute game. He's definitely laying down the hurt. That ult definitely coming in handy to get out of those sticky situations with Klax and his ult. Fabled and Redacted, the goats of our region. We're trying. OCL deserves a spotlight for games like this. Really, really nice sets. KO getting poked out a little bit. Really nice job by Shank and Jack Martin just trying to get that extra damage out. Teleport in from Jack Martin. Really, really, really nice Ganesh shot, and all in all, every ult coming out in response. Simply does pull a few off. Cloud does die the backline, get Chompy out. Tilly in response kills Cloud and Furin with his burst. Triple kill for Tilly. Excellent ult. Quadra kill for Tilly. Holy. Tilly just absolutely burning with his combo into ult. I believe that is game. EFG on the threats. KO left alive. Really, really nice dive by Jack Martins, but not good enough. Tilly just responding in kind with his combo. 4.5k. That is a 6k burst fight. Really, really nice win for the threats here. Securing the 2-0. KO, not much he can do. I believe we're seeing this as the game 2, and the Titan will go down. Really, really nice. I like Simply's decision, pulling 2 off the back line so that Tilly just has that extra room to breathe. They do get the pick on KO just before end, and I think we're going to see it. There it is. Game 2 goes to the threats. Really nice fight at the end there. Splitting off, just giving Tilly the room to work with his full build. All right. I've got to say, the first bit of that game, in fact, 3/4 of the first game, I really liked the direction that was going in. Marty, as soon as he hits late game though, he's got to go down. They just couldn't pick him with that ult. Just too safe for for Klax to dive at the end there. Stat wise, we are seeing a lot of hard work there for that one. But I got to say, really good game. Damage wise, again, 46k, 30k from Simply. Like, just really good numbers from them in general. Klax definitely keeping up, but not much he can do when trying to take Chompy down, in my opinion there. I believe we're going to have Sean in here. Give us your thoughts. What's going on here? How do you feel about that one? Who do you feel like the MVP should go to in that one?
Oh, that was a throw. The
That-
MVP should go to the Jack Martins.
That last fight, splitting off
That was their game to lose. That was actually painful to watch. They were doing so well. So well. And then I don't know, Marty came online. They didn't give him enough attention.
no
Or
response.
maybe they gave him too much attention.
I feel like they just didn't have anything to deal with his ult. Like, as soon as he goes in the air, Cloud already teleported in. He has to Aegis or he
Yeah,
dies. And he doesn't have Aegis. He's got Shell.
They piled on him too much. Like that Nike needs to run because Chompy was doing nothing. Nothing. It was all Luke or Tilly on the Marty. It was just that was all they had to focus really. They were so far ahead. I don't know which fight it was. It's always fire for this team. They do so
It was fire.
and the mid Phoenix, I don't even know what that was.
Yeah. That firefight was really rough. They split up, died, and then did it again.
They got the mid Phoenix. They thought, or they wanted to go for the mid Phoenix, but they didn't tank it. They had Nike ult to tank it too, and a bomb. They definitely could have gotten it. They just waited like too long. The enemy team respawned. They didn't get the Phoenix. That would have been so nice for their fire giant, or to get the fire giant.
I really like the aggression from the Jack Barnes that game. I think they really, if they rolled it properly into the late game, they probably could have taken that, I reckon.
All those fights were like started on a Marty, and that's what won them all those fights because he ulted like way earlier. Like they just had to keep going on the Marty, and it would have been smooth sailing, I think, because I believe Simply and Chompy weren't putting in too much work as far as
Mm,
damage is.
mm.
Late game, sure, but
Simply's ult, I think Simply's ult at the last fight was really nice. He ripped two people away from Tilly, just giving him room to breathe and operate, which is
yeah.
really good by him.
But for the most part, it was
Tilly was the
just the
backpack.
Martins.
Yeah,
It was all Tilly. He did a lot of
I
damage.
think in the second last fight, before the last one, we saw Clout teleport in and Klax with the three, both to get to him, and he just ults in response, and they just
Yeah.
die.
They need to start it with the Nike because the Mighty can't do anything to the Nike, and she can get a good amount of his health down before anything happens, and they can't really do anything about her. There's a Ganesh burst, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I think that yeah, it was just the Marty got late game. He did Marty things, and they didn't. It's pretty rough for a set to go into.
Mm.
I'd say
Of
it's
of course, yeah. I think
not.
Set needs to change targets at that point. Marty's the last thing on their
They
mind because
did, yeah.
they don't have a way to dive him really, unless Jack Martin again does go in first.
They did really well at picking Shank and Smelly Frenchman with the all-around ults. They just needed to keep doing that. Take away the front line first, then move on to the Marty, or split the fight up. There was the one firefight that what's it? The Clout got picked super early at the start of the
Oh
fight, and they
yeah,
kind of just rolled off of that. That was, I'd say, I think that's when they got AFG.
yes.
They were like sort of dancing around fire again, and they could have 50. I don't know. Yeah, they could have 50-50'd. That's the game that they should try and roll the fire.
Yeah.
If they're going to use Olaran, Susano, and Atlas ults, they could have rolled it way better than last game. But
Yeah, I think at the
it
very
was
least, if they did go for that pull in the fire giant, we would have seen Tilly ult, simply ult. Like we would have seen a lot of value for at least the fire getting stolen, and maybe they could have won off it, but they didn't want to go for it. They just wanted to look for a pick. It felt like, and then it ended
yeah,
up being Tilly every time late game.
that's just the problem with Assassin mid is like you can't really do the objectives. You have to look for the fight. That's just another jungler at the end of the day. So just unfortunate, very unfortunate. There was a good game though. That one was much better. Clax had a great performance that game.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
he
just
definitely
he
operated a
really
lot better.
stepped it up. Yeah.
Early game, I think he got a triple ult knock up, and that really just gave them Gold Fury. It was like the second Gold Fury of the game. Really nice fight there. Overall, I think a really good showing, at least early to mid game from Jack Martins. And I think if they can work on that late game transitioning, like where to pick, who to fight, just kind of decide that a little bit more carefully, we might see them come out on top next time.
You can see how they got to the point coming in at sixth seed. They weren't really the favorites, but they've shown how they made it this far. And Furin actually had a good performance on the Olo. I was very pleased with it. I thought it was going to be kind of a end pick, but it was much better than I thought it would be. Don't know how, but I did.
All right, and we did see. I'm pretty sure that the MVP for this game was in fact Tilly. I don't think. Are we going to be getting him in or not?
I would be upset if it wasn't him. That was that
Well, the
was all
amount of
him.
damage he was putting out, yeah. I think he had a 6 to 7k last fight. That was all him. He did 6 to 7k damage and
Yeah,
just shot up.
that last fight was looking good, and then it wasn't. It
It
was looking
was.
so good for the Martins.
I was excited when I saw Jack Barton blink ult. Susano ulted as well, but then as soon as Susano ulted, he teleported in. Tilly ults up, and then they die. That's it. Because they don't hit him. I think waiting out, making sure that that ult is down, would have been key for that win. Tilly can't make it, but I'm here. He went AFK. We have a next in place MVP, the Chompster. Overall, good game. I'm really glad I got to cast these and watch these. It was very interesting to watch, and I got to say, really good fight put up by Jack Martins.
Oh, Chompy.
Hey guys, we were watching the set as a team, and Luke just went AFK, so I'm just here to apologize.
That's okay.
That's all right.
You're excused.
But Luke, what would Luke say about this game?
He'd say that he had a great performance.
Basically, we picked the Marty, and the game plan was let's get late game. Really just focus on that farming game. We knew we had it in the bag. We had control of the game the whole time. And yeah, basically just get online, get that build swanging, and then 1v5. I almost said 4, but it's 5. That was the game plan, and Tilly executed it to perfection, and he's the best.
Wise words from our man here.
What are Tilly's
Chili.
thoughts on his future set in the grand final against Wonderful Day for Pi?
Yeah, the whole team's hoping it's a quick 2-0. We want to get out of there ASAP. We do not want to play, so hopefully we can wrap that one up real quick. And
Because you are down one game already, so 2-0 you say.
if
Oh,
you wanna go across the league, it's your boy Sean. We're actually down about 5-0 to this team, and if you want to include scrims in this, we're about 14-1 down. Okay, so
Oh,
look, it's gonna be an upset for the ages. I heard Tilly's sick of being number 1. He's sick of the pressure.
yeah, I mean,
He's
fair
happy
enough.
to,
He's been it for so long.
yeah, he's in number 1 for 3 seasons now, so he's happy to take a back seat.
You
Clearly,
don't want to get MVP
original-
3 times in a row.
no, God no, God no.
Ah.
Clearly, the original roster of what was our name in season 1?
I don't
OBB.
remember.
Yeah,
OBB?
whatever. You were clearly the talisman of that because you're the one who's broken away and is now leading the charge. So,
I'm coming to bring down the top dogs,
that's
the
what
un-
it is,
the
But
champions.
like, hey, a top 2 finish for a team who hasn't even started trying yet because I mean, who are we versing? Clax? What were we supposed to do? Yeah, we're chilling, but we're just gonna come to get quick 2-0, get out of there, and move on with
YT
our lives.
Clax almost swept you off your feet. He was close.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's what Tilly's thinking. That's not my thoughts. I thought Furin was MVP as always. He's been my number 1 ADC all season. But we're not here for my thoughts. We're here for Tilly's.
Yeah, I only want to hear Tilly's.
Really nice to have Chompley in the chat, helping us out, giving us his thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, I've
Mm.
averaged 3k play damage these finals, so I'm feeling really good.
I'm sure you
Hopefully,
can hit 5.
yeah, I'm
That's
sure you'll get
excellent.
above that. Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking.
Break 20, break 20 in like a.
I'm
in
looking
a
at
15
Chompy.
game.
He historically has good grand final performances. Very good. Some would say the most valuable grand final performances.
Yeah, but I'm looking for lowest player damage win possible. I'm looking for my objective damage to triple my player damage.
Oh, that'll be this Sunday as well, I believe, unless something's changed. But
Sunday or Saturday?
I think it's Sunday.
Ooh.
I
wonder
hope
who's
it's
casting for
Sunday
that.
because I will not be there Saturday.
Who's casting for that? That's gonna be sick.
Who knows?
Well,
Could be you.
that was really good though. That was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, it was really nice to watch. I hope you guys, enjoyed watching the underdogs, kind of bite back a little bit there.
I loved it. I just wish it would have resulted in a 2-0
Mm.
from Jack Martins, but next time. Next time.
All right, I think that would be it for the. I don't know, like how we should end this one, just because I'm not too good at this.
I think that's it. Really, we look for someone to rate. Thank you for watching. Thanks for having me on the analyst desk. It's very fun.
Thanks for being the analyst. I appreciate your wise opinions and wise takes on these games.
Looks like
Very
we will
nice.
be rating SOT. Don't forget to tune in. I would assume maybe Sunday. Who knows? Honestly, there will be a final on Sunday. I don't know. Jack Martins might be